Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 1st, 2015. You have a pretty fun week, I think, this week. I think Gemini's had a pretty, crazy, wild roller coaster over the past, recently, probably. Since this Mercury retrograde is affecting you for the most part. Um, you know, and again, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know a ton about the retrograde going on right now and everything. But I believe it's in Gemini or squaring Gemini or something's going on with Gemini with this retrograde. And I'm definitely feeling like you've had like a roller coaster. Maybe not negative, like probably not negative, but just like a lot of energy and things like that. Things changing, going back and forth, thinking about the past. All this stuff keeps coming up. So I think that's what you have. I think you're gonna have a lot of people coming into your life this week, which would make sense because again, this retrograde has to do with home and family, I believe. So that would make sense. But I think I think you have a lot of interesting things going on. The first card you have is the Seven of Hearts, and this card, you might have even had this card last week or during your June reading, if I'm not mistaken. It seems like every single sign that I've read for so far has had at least one card that they received in a previous reading. It's pretty interesting, or at least the readings always are lining up perfectly. So it's very interesting to me. But this card represents somebody who's interested in you. I feel like in this card is coming up for mostly you single Geminis out there. This means that somebody is interested in you. So if you're single, and I always tell people too. This is kind of like a side note. When this card comes up, it typically comes up for people who know who this person is. So you would know, if this card is meant for you, you would know who is interested in you, and you would probably be interested in them. So just know that. Again, and if you're not in a relationship, this card can actually indicate that maybe you are feeling a little bit of a lack of love from your partner. It's kind of like a weird opposite thing. And so the advice I always give people for this card is it means that actually the love is there. You just have to ask for it. Communicate with your partner is also what this card means. Communicate with them. Tell them, I need some time with you. And this is the problem with a lot of relationships today, is that people don't communicate, and you need to communicate. And I mean, during a retrograde, kind of makes sense. Communications go crazy. So this card is asking you to be pretty much be forward. If you need time with your partner, you need to cuddle, you need to do whatever. That's what this card is saying. It's saying just go to your partner and say, hey, I need to cuddle. Hey, I need a hug. Hey, I just need to be with you. I need to watch a movie with you. Things like that. That's what this card is saying. So if you're feeling a lack of love, just ask, and it's right there. It's like this card is incomplete because of this one heart. But you can flip it around and get the heart to come back, and, it's kind of like that. So that's how you have to do. But like I said, if you're single, you probably know who this person is. That's that. Next, we have the Five of Clubs. This card is new friends, new friendships, things like that. New friendships forming. New people coming into your life. That's what this card, its literal translation is. And I think you are definitely gonna have new people coming into your life. I think new people are coming in for Gemini big time. In business and work, if you have a job, in your love life, even for those of you, like I said, for those of you who are lacking in love, but here it is. It's there for you to take. So this is all about new stuff coming in. It's a birth card. It represents pregnancy, but not in an actual somebody being pregnant. It's just like a pregnancy of friendship, pregnancy of a business relationship, pregnancy of a job relationship, things like that. So it's like kind of that period where you're like growing, and you're getting comfortable with somebody. It's kind of weird to say, but that's what it means. And you're kind of like in a womb, you're ready to be birthed with somebody, something along those lines. So it's a great card because it also represents success, and you have a very successful card coming up in a second. So we're gonna get to that. Next, you have a Jack of Clubs. Now, what I'm getting for this is that if you are this person who is single and is looking, thinks that somebody is into them, this is kind of like a little hint to who they are. Jack of clubs is typically somebody who is younger, so they would be, and if they're not younger, they could just have a younger appearance. They could appear younger than they actually are. They're very fun people to be around. They'd be very playful, kind of like jokers. They're kind of like, they're joking all the time, things like that, or just very playful. And this card indicates somebody who is interested in you. So again, this is mostly for you single Geminis out there. This could be male or female. I do not attach sex to my card, so it could be either or. It doesn't matter depending on what your preference is. So again, that person would be probably darker hair, darker features, things like that. So like I said, if you're single, that's who's probably waiting for you. So moving on for you not so single Geminis out there, we have the Six of Clubs. This card is the success card. That's what it means, success. And, the thing I always say about this card is it's something you've earned. You worked for it, you worked hard for this, whatever it is in your life. So this could be a relationship. It could be money. This card is a financial card for the most part. Pretty much in every reading that comes up in, it always has a very financial tone to it. So, it means financial success, financial, money coming in, things like that, money that you need as well, coming in. So it's like, if you're like worrying, oh my God, am I going to be able to make rent or things like that? It's like, poof, money just will be there. So that's a good card to have. And even if you have money, it's more coming in. More, just goodness, good things. And then finally, we end the reading with the Queen of Clubs. So you have a lot of clubs here. I think it's a very mental week. Whenever I see a lot of clubs always represent the brain to me. They're very mental cards. It's like thinking about a lot. It represents processing, like a lot of things, a lot of information coming in at you. That's why I said, I think a lot of people are coming into your life, because it's like when you meet new people, sometimes you're like, trying to decide, do I like this person? Am I going to be friends with them? What do I want to do with them? All these things. So it's like the wheels are really turning. So this card, it's kind of lining up with that Jack as well. So it could also mean just be representing that person who's coming in for you. But this card is also an advice card. It represents somebody giving you a good piece of advice, and telling you about something, which is really kind of how I'm feeling it more than anything. So in a relationship sense, it could be somebody coming to you telling you that this person likes you. So like extra confirmation. It's almost like the reading wants me to give you that extra confirmation, because you're like, I'm not sure if that person likes me, even though they're being super obvious. Well, it's going to be even more obvious if that's your case. And again, if it's not, it would just be advice on something else. So be on the lookout for advice on any other area of your life. So thank you, Gemini, for watching this reading.